We're here with Theebaan Govindasamy, who just
guys,
won
what's
Amateur
up?
of the Year at the Asian MMA Awards. Hello, sir.
Hello, man. How are you guys doing? It's been a
We're doing
very
awesome.
You're definitely good, yeah.
Yeah.
time. Thank you. Yep.
Congrats on your movie, Pascal, where you play a Royal Navy SEAL, right?
Yeah, Malaysian Navy SEAL. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. The movie has been doing very well over the past, I think, now we're in the 8th week. It's still playing in the theaters, and the movie is
Wow.
doing really well, man. So,
Wow.
yeah, that's
That's
really,
unusual,
really-
right? 8 weeks in the theaters.
Wow.
It's quite unusual, yeah. So far, Malaysian movies have been doing very well locally. So this is the 3rd movie to do really well, and I guess the movie was really good and people really liked it. The feedback was really good. The reviews were really good, and 8 weeks in the theater. So yeah, that is really uncommon.
Let me ask you something,
ahead.
Theebaan.
Yeah.
Just as an aside, did you ever think when you started martial arts that you would be eventually doing action movies?
Man, I never in a million. Even now, sitting here talking about this, I don't. I haven't really. It's not digested yet. The whole thing about me being an actor and people noticing me on the road, in the streets as an actor and not an athlete or a fighter. That is still a bit weird for me. Now people come up to me and say, "Hey, they want to take a picture with me because they saw me in the movies
Yeah.
or wherever." That's still weird. So I never thought that I would be doing what I'm doing now, because up until a few years ago, I was still I was getting offers for modeling or for acting and all of that, but I always pushed it aside. I always said, no, I'm only going to focus on my fighting career. I don't want to do this at this point. So I never saw myself doing that, but then now it's just the more smarter thing to do. If opportunities come my way, I'm just going to say yes. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening now.
Was there, what kind of thing did you feel? I heard some hesitancy in your voice when you said I'm only going to do this. You were turning down modeling gigs. Did you feel like it wasn't for you as an athlete? Like it wasn't the next level yet?
Well, yeah, as a martial artist, you have that mindset, okay, I'm a martial artist and I do this and this is all I do. If I'm doing a day job, and that's fine, but I'm going to fight, and fighting is all I do. I'm not going to walk a runway and all of that. But that was
I hear you, man.
Yeah,
Because the Venn diagram of martial artist / model is very, very small, right?
Very, very small. I really don't know anyone else. So it's really small,
Yeah, Luke Rockhold from the UFC
Yeah,
is a model.
Luke.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, yeah. You see, now he looks like one.
He looks like one, exactly. And he acts like one, right?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. But then there's this whole thing about, when you're a model, you have to take care of your face and of your skin.
Yes.
So now going into this industry, when I see the people around me do that, when they have a pimple on their face, they post it on Instagram saying, "New pimple." I have a hard time
Taking them seriously.
Going to training, and then I recently while shooting Pascal, I came back to defend my title, which I did lose.
Wow.
Okay, I came back to defend my title. I got a new gash on my face, right off my eyebrow here, and I think it's about 3 or 4 stitches on my face, a new one. So I go back to the set, and everyone's like, "Oh man, you have a new scar on your face! Wow! Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've been getting scars on my face all my life, man."
So what's new, right?
Yeah, what's new? This is totally normal. But so it's this whole thing now that I have to a certain extent, I have to look good.
Yeah,
But then
how does that make you feel, bro? Is that something new that you need to maintain a certain aesthetic to your face when, since you're fighting for a living, or at least you're fighting as something that fuels your passion? It just seems counterproductive, right?
It does. I don't think about it, and I have to train, and if I get punched on my face, I'm like, okay, so be it. That this is what I do, and this is what I've always been doing. But then, if I do get a new gash on my face or a new cut on my face or whatever, and then so be it. That just adds to the aesthetic, I would think. I already have like 4 scars on my face. So if I'm already part of this industry, it's gonna be. I cannot say now. I cannot say at this point. Oh, when I go and fight now, I cannot say. Hey, don't hit my face.
Not the face.
I'm shooting tomorrow. That would be super weird, man. I'm not doing that. Yeah.
You've done amazing work with MIMMA, and I think you're still considered the top welterweight in Southeast Asia, right?
I think that's what it says online. Yes.
Yes, it does. MIMMA, for one, has been one of the bigger kinds of. It's certainly well known as an amateur promotion.
I think yes, it is. Yeah,
very much. And for you to go in there as a karate champion and a Southeast Asia silver medalist.
Yes.
Did you think that karate would translate well into MMA when you started it?
Well, I didn't put much thought into it when I started it. Honestly, how I started was I took a break from karate, the national team. I think in 2014 I took a break, and I was like, you know what? I want to try this MMA thing. I've heard a lot about it. My brother's all crazy about it, and I want to give it a shot. And so I just signed up for a tournament, for a competition, which was MIMMA at the beginning. So I just signed up, and I obviously thought, like, okay, I'm a karateka. I've been undefeated in karate for
years.
Many years and all of that. So how bad could MMA be? I don't know, but I might do okay. But I go into the fight, and first round I'm striking the guy, and everybody is wowed because karatekas are not common in MMA. I don't know. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. At the point I didn't know. So, but in the second round, he gets me in a guillotine choke, and I, for the life of me, do not know what to do. I had no idea.
Yes. That is usually the case, right?
Yeah, right. And he gets the choke while standing, and he gets on top of me, and he's holding that choke, and it's not letting go. And I really don't know what to do. And I think I hold on for quite a while, for dear life, but I eventually tap out because I had absolutely no technique and no knowledge of what to do whatsoever. And but so I lost that my first.
This
fight.
was back in 2014, Theebaan?
This was back in 2014.
Okay.
Yes. 2014. And but then after I got out of the cage, I was like, wow, this thing is something else entirely, and I want to do it more, and I want to do the next one, and I want to do ones after that, and I might do this one from here on, and karate I might slow down there a little bit because this is really fun, and that's how I got started, and only after that did I learn that karate really had an edge. As a karateka, I really had an edge against other fighters.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Exactly.
The other stylists in karate in the cage are doing very well. Like, of course, we know Lyoto Machida.
Exactly, Stephen Thompson.
Really Gunnar Nelson in the UFC.
Yes, Gunnar Nelson, karate guy.
Yeah, and then there's Michael Page in
Michael
Bellator.
Page, the way he fights, guy fights. My coach used to tell me to study Michael Page and then just try and fight like him.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
How do you even mimic that guy?
No. Yeah, it's the footwork, man. So you do the footwork and everything else is you.
Absolutely. Did you see him break the skull of I forget the other guy's name, but he broke the dude's skull with a flying knee.
With a knee. That flying knee. Fun fact, I was just watching that flying knee again today. A few hours ago. Yeah, I was just watching it again, because that guy is so amazing. So flashy.
He's flashy.
Amazing, yeah.
Do you think he's cocky though?
You would. But then he totally delivers. So
yeah, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, if he says he's good enough to beat you, and he does, and then on its own, I had to learn it from ground up, and I did it very well in the MMA fight scene. But then, what was difficult for me was coming from sport karate.
Yes. Different rules, right?
exactly different rules. It's a point-based sparring, right?
Mhm.
And so it was very difficult for me to start letting loose and start throwing my punches with a lot of force and letting it land on my opponent's face rather than touching him and pulling it back. Which is what I was doing for 20 over years. And that was the hard part for me. But then once I got over that, once I could really throw that punch and damage my opponents, and then then karate just overtook, just set in. Karate dominated the whole my fighting style.
Do you mean because you couldn't really set up your punching right because
power
with the power
really
exactly?
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. Yeah, I would totally like punch and pull back, like wanting I want that score instead of I want to put my opponent down.
Oh, I see.
It took me a few months to get over that, and once I got over that, and it was just dominance after that. That's why it took me some time to start, but after that I was a little more.
So are you still training now at Clinch MMA, right?
Clinch MMA, yes. Clinch
Yeah.
MMA. Yeah, to answer your question, I did just get back into training actually. After the movie, so we started shooting the movie somewhere in January. March I had one fight, which was my title defense, which I lost. And after that, only I think about a month ago, or maybe 3 weeks ago, when I started training. So
that was against Ahmed Alizari.
Ahmed Alizari, yes, that was Ahmed Zari,
cool.
my friend and
that was your teammate.
That was my team. He is my teammate. Yeah, he is. So we still hang out, man. We still celebrate birthdays together. We're good.
The sport is amazing, right?
It is, man. You beat each other up inside and outside. You're totally friends.
I want to talk more about karate in the cage because you once said that GSP would be one of your fantasy fights.
Wow. Yeah. Talk about that. Like, if that happens, man.
How would that go, sir?
well,
anyway.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. Like everything that's happened in my life so far has been. I've not predicted it. I've not. It's not been something in the plans or what. It's from the movie to even winning the Amateur of the Year, Asian Amateur of the Year. None of this I ever saw happening. So. If something like GSP were to happen, I would be thrilled. Beyond words, man. But then, hey, man, fingers crossed. If this gets out of GSP, man.
I'm sure he would consider
no
it.
Disrespect, though.
I am not impressed by your performance. Is what he would say.
You totally nailed it. You nailed it.
I try, sir. I try.
Oh, man.
The reason I ask is karate has been rising as a dominant force in MMA. And like you said, there are advantages to being an experienced karateka. But what other things have you been integrating into your fight game? Is it more wrestling in clinch or more jiu-jitsu?
It's in clinch is definitely more jiu-jitsu because the fight scene in Asia, or at least in Malaysia at least, it's very you strike for 2 seconds and immediately they try to take you down. Okay. And the takedown is very rough. It's not the nicest thing. But then they spend most of their time on the ground, and I don't like that. Right? I really don't like spending my time on the ground. I'd rather spend the whole fight striking than on the ground. But so in order for me to get up when people take me down, which happens more often than I would like, I do a lot of grappling jiu-jitsu in clinch to tackle that. And so I'm a blue belt, jiu-jitsu blue belt, and that's so. I'm very comfortable now going down on the ground and then standing back up. Like my previous, like my last opponent, Ahmed Zari, he's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, and he made sure he kept me on the ground the whole 5 rounds in my last fight. A few strikes and he tries to take me down. He tries to take me down every time, and he managed to get me down because he's a more superior grappler.
Yes.
But then, so because I've been doing jiu-jitsu for however many years now, I was able to stand up or at least not get choked out, by a purple belt. So that's what we've been doing in clinch most of the time. But then what's in my mind is more wrestling. I really like the aspect of or the dominance of wrestling, and how you get, if you do it right, you have an edge on your opponent, in the sense, where you can really hold them tight, tire them out, and then strike if you want. So the wrestling aspect of MMA has been very appealing to my fighting style, and to just to what I think a fight should be. And so that's what I'm trying to focus on now.
Have you seen any of the wrestlers, Olympic wrestlers and Division I wrestlers that you might model yourself after, or anybody in the UFC or anybody else that you look up to in terms of wrestling?
The thing about me is I try to fight as close to home as possible. So my idols are all very close to. I mean, if my fighting idol, my karate idol is my coach, Shihan P. Arivaligan. He was the national karate coach up until a few years ago. So all of my idols are here, so I can really work with them, But if you ask me who my wrestling idol in MMA is, it has to be DC, man. His work ethic,
absolutely, yes,
yeah. The way he fights, he's a fighter in the most wholesome way I can think of. He's a good dad. He's a good man. He's a good fighter. And when he wants for his fight, he's really working. And that just translates really well when he fights his opponents. So I look up to that guy.
Well, that wrestling pedigree is really something to look up to.
Oh my God!
Right?
I don't think I can ever do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that man is something else.
Have you seen a one of those new leagues called Karate Combat?
Oh,
Yes.
I
hosted by Bas Rutten.
Hosted by Bas Rutten, exactly.
Yes,
yeah.
And it's doing really well. I follow them on Instagram and all of that. I'm actually trying to get in on that action as well, because it's close. It's exactly what I do. It's karate, and then it's with the added component of hitting your opponent really hard. It's not point spotting anymore. So it's like MMA kind of karate, which is exactly what I want. And the ring is extraordinarily weird.
Yeah.
So I would love to try something like that. I just got back training, like I said, and I am I guess I have my eyes set on Karate Combat and also Karate 2020. The Olympics 2020.
Yeah.
So I am totally trying to, at this point at least, try and get back into point sparring karate, at least try qualify for the Olympics, because the chance is here, and we karatekas have never gotten this chance. There's something like this. So if I were to say no, I'm not gonna do. I'm 30 years old. I'll be 30 years old 2020. So if I were to say no, I'm not gonna even try, and that would be something very stupid for me, I think. So I'm gonna try, and Karate Combat and also 2020. Yeah.
Amazing, man. We'd love to see you in there.
I hope I get in there.
There's some mighty strong guys in there, especially the Europeans and some of the South Africans.
Yeah.
And the I think the Egyptians and
the Egyptian, Egyptian guy. Yes.
They come. They was sculpted out of wood or some kind of concrete block. They really look the part. It's not like you see a lot of your fighters. They're not. These guys look like machines.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see how I fight there.
I mean, it's your game, so I'm thinking you do really well in that.
That's what I would. It is my game, and I've been doing karate for 20-something years now. At least I started karate when I was 5. Professionally, I've been doing since I was 14. I'm now 28. So about 10-14 years, right? So and an opportunity like Karate Combat is, I think it's perfect timing right now.
I love how they present themselves actually, down to the lights and even the platform, the recessed platform where they fight, because they do have takedowns, and if it's that kind of setup, you stay taken down, right?
Totally, right? You know, how do you... But I heard like one of the rules was you stay down for about 5 seconds.
5 seconds. You can strike.
Yeah, something
exactly.
like that. Yeah, striking only, right?
Yeah, striking, and then they stand you up if there's no knockout after 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a bit weird for me, because you can't do much in 5 seconds. But I guess they do want to show much
if you land that first punch and it knocks him out, and then
that would be amazing.
Yeah, but if you're gonna try any harder, you know, maybe stand up and then start again.
The ground and pound wasn't really there, so I didn't get it. I guess they do want to show that it's more karate than MMA.
Yes, exactly. If they were to let them stay on the ground, it might be, it can be.
But I've seen some pretty badass slams and takedowns that they do there. It's like, oh, I guess it's karate.
You didn't know karate could do that.
Yeah, I didn't know it could. I thought it was like just striking. See, I didn't know that it was such a complete system until I saw that. And I think a couple of years ago, or just probably last year, somebody showed me the full contact kudo karate style. The competition where they have helmets.
Yes. Okay.
And everybody just goes crazy. It's such an amazing
gloves,
full
right?
contact
Is it
thing.
gloves or no gloves?
It's like the kumite, I think.
It's gloves. It's same 4-ounce gloves, kimonos.
Okay.
But the helmet has a glass partition on the front, so it's not an open-faced helmet like they have in the amateur leagues.
Or even in Kyokushin. Kyokushin is no helmet.
Yeah,
right?
Kyokushin. Yeah, there you go. Is it Kyokushin or Kudo? Or is it? Is there no difference?
Yeah, and it's so interesting how it's evolved to karate combat now. It looks more mature. The whole setting is from the setting and everything looks professional, you know. And from so many years ago, when people used to say, "What is karate?" When I would go out, when I was representing the country and all, I was still in school, and people were like, "What is karate? Is it the same as taekwondo?" And I'm like, no, they're two different things. You know, everybody in Malaysia used to ask me, a lot of people used to ask me that. I'm like, no, it's two different things. Karate is this, taekwondo is this, and now karate is catching up. Karate is like, oh, okay, karate, you know?
Yeah, just to get it in. What's interesting here is in the Philippines, any martial art, they call it karate.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. When I started...
Even taekwondo.
Oh, okay. That's
everybody, when I started grappling, and then even with other people, so what martial art do you do? I do jiu-jitsu. And then they start waving their hands in the air and chopping the air. It's like, okay. So what do you say to that? Like, okay, yeah, something like that. I guess.
I know, it's so weird. Like when I say I'm a karate black belt, people go like, "Oh, so can you break? Can you chop blocks?
Can you chop blocks? Yes.
I'm like,
hollow blocks.
No, that's not what we do. That's not what we do all day.
Yeah, you're just a dude who likes chopping cement blocks or wooden blocks, like.
Yeah. I don't mistake me for a woodchucker. You know, I'm different. A little bit.
Yeah, at least events like Karate Combat, even the exposure of karate and MMA is, getting karate to be known by more people now.
Yes, I think that's their goal, and they achieved that pretty well in the last few years promoting for Tokyo 2020. I think they did that quite well.
For sure.
When do you think, Theebaan, you'll be ready to go professional? And what might be your choice of league?
Professional MMA?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I've fought amateur for 4 years. Right?
Yes.
I've been fighting amateur for 4 years now, and I totally think at this point right now I'm ready to go professional already. I'm training now. Yeah, I'm training now to get my first professional fight. Actually, So now I'm just getting my fitness back up. My everything just has to be there when I need it now, and then I just have to say, okay, I'm ready for a fight, and then look for a fight. That's what I'm doing now. That's what I'm working on at this point. So I'm totally ready to take this professional fight. One FC has been making headlines every day. Like recently they signed Misha Tate as what director or something.
Are you following in the steps of your countrymen, especially AJ and
AJ Pyro?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I would like. I mean, now ONE FC is not looking. So a few years ago, my coach used to say, keep your options open. If you go to ONE FC, you're going to be tied down for a very long time.
Yes,
and you don't want that to happen this early in your career. So, but now ONE FC is starting to look really good. Starting to, I guess, pay more attention here. As long as if I can strike a good deal with them, it might be. I don't see. It's not impossible, man. It might something like that might happen. Yeah.
There's some pretty amazing welterweights over there, especially now that Ben Askren is out of the picture, sir.
Just like last night, Sebastian Kadestam won the vacant welterweight title.
Exactly, right? He did. I know. It was in Manila, right?
It was in
Jakarta.
Jakarta, right? Okay, Jakarta. Yeah, I know. I saw the updates for the fight. I didn't watch the fight, but Kadestam is
grueling fight. He knocked out the American just a few minutes before the 5th round ended. What a grueling fight! Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, man. That is that guy. Yeah. So the welterweight division there is looking really good, and
I think it's not very deep though, so they would need somebody like you.
I wouldn't go. Yeah, I wouldn't say no. It's. I mean, they need more variety in there.
Yeah, they have too many fighters in the
smaller weight classes.
Than the
And now that Mighty Mouse is in the mix, the smaller weight classes are going to be shaken up.
Yeah, Mighty Mouse is in the mix. What the hell is he going to do here? Dominate again?
And then he'll go
What's
up.
interesting is even Henry Cejudo is interested in going into one championship.
No way.
Yes, sir.
He said that in some interview.
He's just chasing Mighty Mouse wherever he goes, I think.
I want my title fight.
He just really wants to seal the deal as the flyweight, either GOAT or pound for pound, by beating Mighty Mouse twice.
Mighty Mouse.
But definitely somebody like you, Theebaan, as a karateka, goes in there with mixing it up with a lot of the Muay Thai guys. You'll definitely have an edge in terms of, at the very least, showmanship. Because they've never seen those crazy kicks in there used too much.
I don't think ONE FC is too. ONE FC is because it's focused on the Asian market, I think, so they get a lot of Asian fighters in there. Also, Asians, I think, it's obviously a lot of Muay Thai fighters around here.
Yeah.
A lot of, and so you don't see the karate guys fighting in there, at least.
Yeah.
So to get in there and to fight, or to do well, fingers crossed, to do well, that would be, at least for, if nothing for me, that would be getting karate on the map.
Exactly. Just to represent your art, right?
Yeah. That would be something.
Can you take us through a bit of your training now? Was it hard to get back from the movie? Well, because you did some military training, right? But was it not fight specific? Did it not help you in MMA at all?
Definitely not fight specific. Oh, totally.
Because there are some crazy videos of you guys being thrown into water with your hands and feet tied.
That was real.
Wow.
You did. Wow. Okay, that was real. We the training that we did with the military is called Pascal. With the training that we did with them was more mental and more how much can you endure. You're already tired. You're exhausted you're carrying a gun the whole day. You're wearing.
And that's another thing, man. Did you ever do firearms before?
Before this, no. But then, during shooting, we did a lot of that. Live rounds. We did
live rounds. Wow.
We did the M4. I think that's a semi-machine gun, and then the sniper rifle. We also used the pistol.
What did you shoot at, Theebaan?
Well, we were shooting in a firing range, of course.
So targets, nothing live.
Yeah. No live targets, but live rounds, right?
Okay.
So they wanted us to feel the kickback and all of how the gun really feels in the hand, and so we could show that in the movie when we were shooting the movie. Obviously, when we're shooting, we're not using live rounds, right? So they wanted us to feel it so that we could show exactly what it was, and so that by itself was an experience. You know, we were wearing full body armor. We would wear the whole suit, carry our guns,
just humping the weight of all that equipment, right?
Yeah, the weight. They were just carrying that around, and we'll be carrying that for hours. I think 10, 12 hours a day. You're just wearing that. Yes. So, but still, we during training at least, we didn't even do about 20% of what the real military was doing. Yeah, we did about 15% maybe.
So that's just a small percentage of it. Wow.
Exactly.
Amazing.
So, when we get our hands and legs tied, if we're too scared or if we start to panic underwater, there are divers down there with us who will pull us out. You know, not that never happened.
That never happens.
There's always they're always ready right there. But then if it's the real military, you stay underwater no matter what. And but so all of this was just it was just the experience of doing something like that and learning that I am a fighter, but then when I come here, when I am a nobody here, I can fight. Yeah. I can fight people, but I fight people one on one, and that's my thing, and that's okay. But these guys are something else entirely. They are built differently. They are built to last. They are built for their minds to never say, "Oh, I give up, man. I'm just gonna sit here." They're gonna whatever it is. They get their own asses out of whatever situation they're in, and something like that. I'm a city boy, bro. I don't see myself doing that. Yeah. Those guys are the real deal, man. That's all I can say. Yeah.
I'm sure the martial arts training helped you in some way in that respect.
That definitely. I was one of the only guys to all of us would keep going and keep whatever it is, we would push each other hey, no, let's do it. There's seven of us, the main cast, and we go let's just keep going, man. And if one guy is giving up, we go no, you can do it too. Let's go. And so I was the guy who would push that boundary, because you're training every day. You know where you what your boundary is, and if you're not there yet, that means you're not gonna die, and that's fine. As long as you're not dead, you're okay. So I guess that helped.
Well, we have seen a lot of the trailer because, of course, it's not available internationally. But you were doing an armbar on one of the in one of the scenes, right?
Yes. So the director came up to me and was like, "Hey, man, I know you can fight, so I want you to do a very short fight scene for me." And so me and the stunt director and all of us, we got together, and it's just a very short fight scene. I think it's just a few seconds long. But he said he wanted to end it in armbar, so we got that done. And so it was really easy for me to shoot because I knew exactly what I was doing.
Of course. How many armbars have you done, right? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. So they didn't have to teach me how to do the armbar. Rather, I would tell them, okay, I want to do it from this way because this makes more sense. So you set up the camera however you need to, but I have to be here. So that was helpful in that way. Yeah.
Was it difficult to act as well? I mean, you're a martial artist, but
don't get me started.
Tell us about that, bro.
So
did you do acting classes? Any of that?
What was that?
Did you do any acting classes? Get into any kind of training?
Yeah, no, I did not. So, fun fact: 4 years ago, I did my first movie. 4 years ago.
Yes, Tamil, right?
Yes, Tamil movie, and
it's about a karate fighter. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So right up your alley, sir. Wheelhouse. Right?
Yeah. So that was. when I did that, coming out of it, I didn't want to do anything else related anything related to the entertainment industry because it sort of felt like that's not what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And,
after that experience, you said.
After that experience. So, but then I was like, hey, you know what? These opportunities are coming, and I'm just gonna try. Like I said, I'm gonna try this, and if it works, cool. If it doesn't, whatever. You know, I'm gonna try it anyway. My girlfriend always says, hey, you know what? All these opportunities are coming your way. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Yeah, we lost you a bit.
My phone's ringing. So anyway, when I went for it, I can't, like, I still don't think I can act as well as the other guys on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So but then everyone on set was very helpful. They were helpful enough to always like when I'm lost, when I'm stumped, I see my script and I don't know even where to begin with facial expression. They go like, hey, you know what? Why don't you say it like this? They do my dialogue for me, and in the right tone and everything. And then they go like, you should feel this way. You should feel like you're sad a little bit, but you're here. And this was the cast, not even the director who's helping me. Of course, the director would help me when the cast can't help me. But so the cast was more than helpful. Everything was just perfect about it.
Do you think you could hold both? You can do both, Theebaan, at the same time, like do movies or TV or acting, and MMA,
fighting.
go pro.
Yes. Okay. Wait. That's a tricky one, right?
Exactly. Because Ronda tried it, right?
How many people have tried it? And I don't think anyone really.
Not very much people like.
Not that many. But then the people who have, then the success rate is so low.
It's so low. It's so low.
Yeah.
Do we count The Rock in that statistic? Probably not, right?
You don't count The Rock. No. the Rock's an entertainer through and through.
Through and through, exactly.
And he's doing a really good job. But then for a real fighter to go out and act as well as maintain a balanced fighting career is not been done before. And to say that, yo man, I can totally do it. That would be arrogant.
It's just hubris, right? You think?
What?
It's hubris.
Yes, exactly. Right. So, but then I've been asked this a few times before. What are you going to do now? Are you going to focus on fighting, or are you going to continue acting and all of this? I have a couple more years to fight. That's about it. I'm 28 now. You can fight till you 33, 34. You can push it to 40. But not everybody can.
Yeah. Well, there's always Randy Couture, Theebaan.
Randy Couture. No.
Or Dan Henderson, but they're like such a small statistic in that MMA MMA market.
Statistics.
Very, very
exactly. So I'm going. So realistically, it's 33, 35 maybe. So I got this couple more years. It's few years now that I can train and fight if I want to fight, if I want to do it. So I'm going to try and push and do as much as I can in this next few years. But then if I do get another role in another movie or an opportunity somewhere else, I'm going to look at it first and then wait before doing. This would obviously a lot of things would affect this decision, like if this Tokyo 2020 is looking up. If Karate Combat is looking
Combat,
up. If all these things are looking up, and then definitely maybe a fighting career for the next few years at least. But if everything is still going slow, and maybe tomorrow, if I get another movie tomorrow, I might do that first.
Okay.
Before I go chase this one, I'm still gonna try and balance it. I am not the best multitasker.
I agree with you in that. Like, same here. It's just such a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
It is.
Especially as an athlete for yourself, right?
Yeah, if you're a professional athlete or you're professional anything, you wanna invest your time and your energy in what you're doing rather than doing all sorts of passion projects and then be successful in none.
Half-assing the athletics isn't really an option.
Yeah.
I
so,
mean,
like, if you...
MMA is already so hard, right?
It is. It is a competitive circle of athletes. So
And then to do it
if I go
half-time?
if I half-ass it now, if you ask me at this point, I still haven't achieved as much as I would. I mean, what I want to achieve. You know,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I got a Malaysian title now. I got the Asian award, but still nothing that says you know.
I will be remembered for this one.
I will
right?
exactly. You know, nothing like that has come. Nothing like that I have done before. So not that it's not come my way. I think if I were just to put the effort out there and the time in, it will happen. But I have not been doing it for the past one whole year. I only had one fight. So how am I supposed to do that?
Are you even supposed to get better, right? But Theebaan, you also have a fallback, right? You actually have a university degree.
Oh,
have you ever used it, sir?
No, I've never used it. That's why it's not a fallback, because it's a degree in petroleum chemistry.
Oh wow! There you go.
Interesting.
Interesting.
But I never used it. After I got out, I went on with whatever I was already doing during my degree, you know. So and because I never used it, I doubt, like, say, it happened 4 years ago or 5 years ago, that happened. And if I were to go in the next maybe 5 years, go apply for a job with that, I mean, it would be 10 years of unemployment, technically.
Yes. Do you ever see yourself behind a desk, though?
Not behind a desk. You know what I actually really wanted to do when I was growing up? I wanted to become an astronaut, man.
Oh, wow.
So I did. Wow. Yeah, so I did this degree in science, and I thought, you know, I'll be the scientist on the
family.
Yeah, you know, and then when that started to become more far-fetched as I grew up, I just wanted to be a scientist, but working on oil spills. And, offshore. I really loved the oils, and I don't love oils. I mean, like, I loved that whole work, that whole environment, and how I would tackle an oil spill, and I really wanted to do that. And I went and interned with the Malaysian Marine Department.
Yeah.
It didn't work out so well for me. It was still really boring, and I couldn't do it. And that's where I left. So definitely not behind a desk. I really don't see myself behind a desk. But then, if I get something like what I want to do, like that oil spill thing, and then
you would pounce on that opportunity.
But I don't see it happening.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, from the cage to the oil spill.
Yeah, that boat has long sails, man.
What do you think of the Malaysian MMA scene right now? You guys have yet to bring home that big belt. Yes.
Yeah. The Malaysian the prominent fighters are F Thing, you know F Thing.
Yes, exactly.
Agilantani,
contender.
Who's not fought for a while, yeah. Gianni and Keanu Suba.
Yeah.
Those guys are something else. They train in clinch as well. Sometimes when they come down. So apart from these guys, there's 4-5 guys, and Osman maybe. You know, and AJ Pyro and all of those guys from the past, but now these guys are the only ones fighting. Apart from these guys, there's not much development in MMA in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Is it hard to get the kind of training you need sometimes?
For me personally, yes, definitely hard to get the kind of training that I need, is because coming from a karate background, I don't see anyone who can help me polish my MMA karate fighting style.
Yeah.
You know, other than me myself, I think I watch videos, I think of new techniques, I come up with new ways to fight. But other than that, there's no one really supplementing my karate style. But of course, there are boxers and there are grapplers out there.
But that's different. Those are different animals, man, right?
Exactly, but. If I were to change my fighting style to a boxing fighting style, maybe someone might be able to help me. But then for me personally, like I said, it's not really. It's the problem at the development stage.
Yeah, it is. It's not very ideal for you, especially just changing your game in the middle.
Yes, not the most ideal thing, but then it's been going really well so far. You know, it's yet to be proven on a professional level. But so far, it's proven foolproof.
Have you thought about maybe looking at some of the bigger gyms in the region?
Yeah.
Tiger, Phuket, even Lakay probably. Those spinning attacks that might supplement yourself.
I spent about a month in Phuket Top Team.
Phuket Top Team.
Last year, maybe
How did that go? Yeah.
That was really fun. It was focused on Muay Thai and wrestling and Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
But I learned a lot from Dutch kickboxing.
Oh, there you go.
You know, so
a much better way to
Exactly, much better way to express my karate.
Exactly.
So
who did you train with for the Dutch kickboxing?
I forget his name.
Uh-huh.
But we did it in Phuket Top Team.
Okay.
And if I remember his name during this conversation, I will let you know.
How do you find it? I mean, just basically going through it and then finding your means of expression in this complete system.
Yeah, honestly, it was like so if you take MMA like a circle or quadrants in a circle, something was missing, and I didn't even know it was missing.
Until you went there.
It existed. Until I went there, I was like, wow, what is this? No, this is so me. This is so I can totally do something like this and still be the karateka and whoever I was. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, I need more Dutch kickboxing.
Yes.
And that's I can't find that. Yeah, I have been planning. If the moment I get everything settled down here, I want to spend about another month or two in Phuket, Thailand.
And then you get to start looking at the classic Dutch kickboxers like Henry Hooft, Bas, even Alistair, right?
Yes, if I get to see those guys, I'll pick up a thing or two. Yeah, definitely.
Your dodges will become even more amazing.
Yeah. Right now, my dodges are... I'm just like far away because karate style, I'm fighting from a meter away. Yeah. So right now, I'm just really far away from you. I want to learn to go in and dodge and then hit you and then get back out. That would be
amazing. That would be amazing to see.
That would be ideal for me. That's what I want to learn to do. And I see fighters doing that, UFC fighters doing that. But I try to emulate that in training and all that. It's not the easiest thing to do by yourself. You need
I think one classic example of that, cobbling together a style and making it effective, is Dominic Cruz.
Dominic Cruz, man. Dominic Cruz.
That footwork.
Yeah, you look at it and you think what is he trying to do? You don't know what he's doing.
Have you seen the breakdowns that people have done on him? It's like...
I have.
Holy crap, right? Okay, those are all planned exits and the overhands.
Why was his head here and not here?
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's just mind-blowing.
Exactly, it's mind-blowing.
And with your range, Theebaan, I think that would even present a bigger puzzle for opponents.
So all of this is just like it's like perfect for me. And if I had this, it would be perfect. If I had this, it would be perfect. So I don't want that to be the case. I want to have all of it, and then fight and see what comes out of it. And then it would be something really interesting, I mean, I agree with my range and that fighting style. It would be perfect, but I don't want it to just be that. I really want to try it out with solid technique of fighting style. Yeah.
Well, definitely, we would love to see you in a professional cage with a full fight camp soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'd love to see you fight in the Philippines too, man.
Yeah, absolutely. That as well. I think you will have so many fans here. You'll be fighting them all.
I will definitely come down soon, man, just to fight. See you guys at least.
Yeah, karate is big in the Philippines, so if they see a karateka in the cage, people will be crazy.
Yeah, I know it's big in the Philippines. I know a few fighters from Philippines as well.
Yeah.
From my karate days. Yeah. So yeah, it's big, and I'd love to come back there.
Thank you so much, Theebaan.
Thank you.
Where can where can your fans see you, follow you? What are your next projects?
You guys can. I'm very active on Instagram. You guys can follow me on Instagram. That's Theebaan_G. That's TheeBaan_G. That's my only social media, I think. So whatever projects I'm doing next, be it a movie or a fight, everything I update my Instagram, and everybody will know about it.
Yeah, awesome. And we're actually hoping to be able to see Pascal in the Philippines, but they rarely show.
Hopefully they do an international release.
Yeah.
Well, they have an international release, but it's only releasing in like Singapore, China, Turkey.
Oh, very limited.
But then it is going on Netflix, I think, somewhere next year.
Hey,
there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. You can do it then. But then somewhere, I think March, next year.
Congratulations on that. Wow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Theebaan.
I hope you guys get to see the movie as well.
Yeah.
Actually, we've been
Once you see it, let me know.
we've been just watching trailers and behind the scenes stuff, and wow, I do want to see this movie now. I think it's the Malaysian Expendables or something. Right?
It does look like that. Everybody is jacked up.
Oh, did you have to do like workouts in between sequences?
Oh well, yeah, we had to stay fit, but not like if we had an off day, we would hit the gym, all of us together.
Okay.
But the shooting itself just kept us fit. You know, we from carrying your own shit, your own stuff to working the whole day. It just kept us on our feet and kept us fit, so we didn't have to do that much.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the show, Theebaan.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys having me.